Alright guys, up on the chopping block, 2019 Road Glide Special. I usually make these videos when I get bikes for sale just so that when I post them, if somebody's interested, I can send them the link to the YouTube video. Yeah, it's a great bike. 2019 Harley Road Glide Special. It came with the it came with the billiard blue paint. And I did the Takati green, which is like the 80s Kawasaki green, because that's what cool kids did back in the 80s. I get a lot of compliments on it. It really stands out. I did these covers from Devil's Head Choppers. If you've never seen these, they're wicked cool. They're kind of pricey, but they press the magnet in there. There's no glue. They powder coat them whatever color you want. And then I had my local guy use the same powder and did the dust covers on the Brembos and like the spacers and the even the axle spacers and the axle nuts and stuff, or the covers for the axle sliders, front and rear wheels. I think it turned out badass. I get a lot of compliments on it. Every now and then somebody would be like, "Why the fuck did you do that?" It's like, "Oh, because it's mine," Stock from the factory. It was ordered with the upgraded stereo, the Boom GTS or whatever it is stereo, and the turbine wheels. So it's got the 18-inch rear, and yeah, so obviously it's got a bunch of add-ons. I had the 131 installed from the factory, and then it was upgraded to the stealth intake, upgraded the cam, and the head pipe is a Bassani 2 into 1 into 2, so it's like it's hidden under the stock heat shield, so it runs a lot cooler with that. On the other side, I've got Dark Horse Man of War compensator, stock basket, unknown discs, 1275 springs, and it was tuned by those dyno guys, Matt Smith down in Florida. And it made 147 horse and 153 foot-pounds of torque. So it runs good, it goes good. It's not super radical. It's not like some huge crazy build. It's very streetable. I've had to put 87 octane in it a couple times, being on the road and just not being able to get super, and never had an issue. It never spark knocked or anything. It's definitely a rideable bike. I'd get on it and head cross country and never even think about it. I change oil in all 3 holes really, like every 3,000 miles. I might skip the primary or the tranny, maybe once or twice, because I've been told you're wasting your money. But I just figure it's cheap insurance. And where it's a 2019, so like I think it was the 17s to 19s, like kind of the first gen, if you will, of the M8s. No RDRS and no traction control, so I actually really like that. I don't really care for that stuff on my bikes, and I know for a while there a lot of the tuners were very thankful about that too, because they were kind of struggling with some of that stuff. But I know Matt's got it all figured out, but I'm not a huge fan of like traction control and shit on a motorcycle. So tons of little stuff on it, like I said. Obviously it's got the meat hooks. They're like 14-inch, I think. And they are, I did do the poly bushings. They're solid mount, and they're pinned. I was having trouble with them pulling back an inch or two, because they're so high, and if you were cranking on it or something. So I ended up, I had to keep taking it apart and torquing them down. I didn't want to strip the bolts. I didn't want to go any tighter than I was going, so I ended up pinning them. It's got obviously the Clockworks windshield. I've got a 12-inch Clockworks that's black, and I've got a little shorty, like a 4-inch straight for it. I did the Hoffman carbon fiber front fender, custom dynamics, driving lights, and then these guys are green, like a neon green. They look pretty good. So those are the custom dynamics with like the halo. In the back, it has the like the modular, the module for the brake lights. So when you hit the brakes, you can adjust it up and down so it strobes for like a few seconds before they go solid. And I think that makes a huge difference. Like, they're bright, especially at night. It really gets people's attention behind you. So like I said, the Bassani 2 into 1 into 2, and then so that's not a ghost pipe. That's they're not true duals. They're 2 into 1 into 2, and then the Reinhardt with the standard baffle, not the DBX. those standard baffles do better on just for your numbers. Yeah, what else? Saddleman step-up seat. It's got the LS with the blue stitching that matches pretty perfect. I don't know. There's a ton of odds and ends on this thing that, little shit here and there, covers and whatever. But yeah, I've had real good luck with this bike. I really like it a lot. I'll fire it up so you can hear it. Like I said, it's not super radical. It's not super loud. It runs great. All right, that's that, guys. Thanks for watching.